Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is the sequel to The Hitman's Bodyguard, which came out a few years ago, I think back in 2017, and Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson are once again reprising their roles in this movie as Michael Bryce and Darius Kincaid. Salma Hayek, who had a brief appearance in that movie, has a much bigger role in this movie, hence why the title is Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. There's not really a point to summing up the story in this movie because of how messy it is and how inconsequential it is. Ryan Reynolds' character is kind of just minding his own business. He's trying to get his bodyguard license back, and then all of a sudden, Sonia Kincaid, the wife of Darius Kincaid from the first movie, she kind of drags him into something where all of a sudden there's a bunch of gunfire and explosions and bad guys. He kind of gets roped into a bigger story along with Darius and Sonia, and Antonio Banderas is the bad guy, and he really wants something that's going to like shut down Europe or something like that. And that's basically as much as I can give you about the story while pretending to give a shit, you know? Let me dispel a quick notion right off the bat before I really get into this review. You may have clicked on this video with a false perception of how the proceeding is gonna go today. You may have clicked on this video for entertainment. You may have clicked on this video to be informed about a movie that you may or may not want to see. Maybe you think this movie's gonna be good and you think that I am here to praise this movie and say that it's great. We're gonna get rid of that delusion right off the bat. We're gonna take that, we're gonna remove it from the equation so that you don't have to worry about it, because I am not here to lie to your face. I am not going to sit here in this video and tell you that this is a great movie or even a good movie. So while I can't say that the movie's great or even good, what I can say is that I did enjoy the movie. I did have fun with the movie. In fact, I probably liked it a little bit more than the first movie, and I thought the first one was just okay. Similar to the first one, the thing that works about this one is the chemistry between the leads. Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson, they really do bounce off of each other the right way. They have excellent chemistry. Their back and forth, their banter. It was one of the biggest reasons why the first movie was kind of entertaining. It's one of the biggest reasons why this movie works too. They're even better than they were in the first film. Salma Hayek, who I watched the first movie, I was just like, damn, I could have used more Salma Hayek in this movie. She is obviously a much bigger part of this movie. She is just as much of a lead as the other two are. And when they're on screen together, when all three of them are on screen together, whether they're talking shit or shooting people in the face or doing whatever, man, magic happens. There are some good action scenes here or there. They're filmed very frenetic, very chaotic, a little bit of shaky cam and quick cuts. Very violent, sometimes over the top violent, but a very violent movie. And the action sequences are at least entertaining in the sense that there's a few set pieces you'll remember by the time the movie's done. For most people, that's gonna be enough, and for me, that was enough. I do wanna single out Salma Hayek real quick, because Salma Hayek has always been on the she can get it list. A lot of people look at me in these videos and they think that I'm some kind of whore, which, okay, I can kind of understand that. But I would be remiss if I didn't point out Salma Hayek in all her glory and worship the ground upon which she walks. And I just wanted to take a few seconds in this video to do that. And I don't think that's that big a deal. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to get a little bit of whoring out of the way. In fairness to me, the movie definitely points out several times the ridiculous sex appeal that Salma Hayek has. Putting that aside, I actually really like Salma Hayek's performance in this movie overall. She definitely is just as crazy and chaotic as Samuel L. Jackson's character, but she has a compassion and a sensitive side to her in this movie that I think really works well as kind of like the mediator between Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson's character. So I appreciated her performance. She made me laugh a lot during the movie. All three of them did, but I definitely wanted to single out Salma Hayek. She was probably the biggest reason why this movie worked. As far as all the reasons the movie didn't work, I mean, you know, it's not that good a movie. What do you want me to say? The story is held together with duct tape and paper clips and bubblegum wrappers, man. I mean, there's not much of a story worth telling here. In fact, they rehash some elements that you may have seen in the first movie. A lot of derivative elements, a lot of predictable elements. At no point does the movie ever make you give a shit about the villain, their motivations, the plan. A little bit convoluted in its execution. You don't really give a shit about why things are happening. Things are just happening, and you're just supposed to roll with it and move on to the next scene with the explosions and the cuss words. It's really a mess. There's no other way to say it. But again, it was an enjoyable mess, and that's probably just a me thing, but I I had fun watching this movie. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is not that good, but I had fun with it. I'm gonna put this one in the Daily Planet. Tell me what your favorite movie is from the three main leads in this movie. Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Salma Hayek. Drop that in the comment section. I'm interested to see what your lists look like. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.